What's up, everybody, and welcome to the SP and Bushy Show. Two lifelong friends who started a sports podcast together. I'm SP, he's Bushy. After a few weeks away, Bushy, how are you?
I'm feeling pretty good, my man. It's crazy. Christmas is just here, and we're about done with the new year. It's just crazy to kind of think about it. It's just, my God, we only have a week left of 2021.
I know. And here we were thinking it was going to be the better year than 2020. It was pretty much.
It started out pretty good, but it's starting to fade a little bit. But I feel like 2022 is really going to be the year. It's finally going to be the year.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, then again, it's probably like the Brooklyn Dodgers every year. It's just like wait till next year, that type of thing.
Yep. It's like the Chicago Cubs in 2016. Eventually, it is going to be that wait till next year is going to end.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm just very, very excited. Here we are. I love Christmas time, and obviously we're going to be talking about it later on as far as with Christmas, but let's do it, man. And it's the great time of the year, man. We have bowl season.
All right, let's start breaking it down. Obviously, we were hoping to get this out before all of the bowls started. Some of the bowls have already started. So we're going to go through and break down each bowl game and kind of give you our thoughts on it and, tell you which ones are real and which ones are fake bowls.
Man, I know. I'm very upset that we haven't recorded in a couple of weeks because I swear I would have done that like the minute like the bowls came out. I probably would have just done all these bowls and just to make fun of you, and that would have been the joke, is that all the bowls were real. It's just crazy how many bowls there are.
It is. It's ridiculous. Like when 80 plus teams are in bowls, then it stops being special.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it just stops being special, and it's not worth it at all.
We are recording this a little late. Really, for the most part, there hasn't been much that's gone on bowl-wise. So, we got the good bowls kind of around the corner. At this point, like it's like the appetizers, but it's like, it's those appetizers that don't look that good. It's the one where I'm like, okay, maybe I'll try it. But it's not the appetizers like the pigs in a blanket or the dip that you keep going back to. It's like the appetizers that, you maybe try one. You're like, oh, yeah, I don't really like that. And then you move on.
Yeah, obviously, I've been watching at least some of the bowl games. Some bowls have actually been pretty decent. The Northern Illinois Coastal Carolina game was amazing to watch. Same with UAB BYU in the Independence Bowl. That was a really, really fun game to watch. Some bowls have been really fun, and then some bowls have been absolute stinkers. Obviously, the Lending Tree Bowl was obviously a disaster, with Liberty dominated Eastern Michigan and all that. And
right.
Then, obviously Utah State really taking it to Oregon State. It's just one of those. It's just, man, how is, just another shot at like the Pac-12 really? Is the Pac-12 really a good Power 5 conference anymore?
Yeah. Oregon beat Ohio State. So, you can't judge it by like its worst bowl eligible team.
That is true, yes. But actually, we had probably the worst uniform matchup going on. So I was watching the Potato Bowl this year today between Wyoming and Kent State, and my God, it was the worst uniform matchup I have ever seen in my life. And then adding the blue turf as well, it just made it like a big colorblind. Oh, it was just so bad because Kent State was in these really, really gold. As far as with the top and the bottom, and then obviously with Wyoming, obviously there were brown and yellow pants as well. So in brown and yellow, you and I are not good fans of, and adding that blue turf as well in Boise, man. It was just like a bad thing all around.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a friend who tweeted basically that it was an advertisement for Buffalo Wild Wings with the colors that were going on the field up there, but. Like it was
just bad. It was just bad. It was Vic Fangio 2-minute clock management bad. That's how bad it was.
That's bad.
Sorry, I got to add a Vic Fangio 2-minute clock management drill in.
He's terrible. Shermer's terrible. Shermer is beyond terrible at this point. Like, I don't care who the quarterback is. You're not going to be successful with the Shermer offense.
You're right. Yeah, I think people are starting to figure that out. It's just like really. It's just he's not a very good offensive coordinator. I mean, it's just, I said this last year, if the pieces are all together, it's an amazing offense. The problem is it's just all the pieces just aren't together in the offense, and it looks like a complete dud.
Yeah, I mean it's rough. It's really rough. Like if you can hold the Bengals to what the Broncos held the Bengals to offensively, like you should win that game every time.
You should win that game, and obviously that 2-minute clock management really kind of tethered the game. I mean, because really, I mean, that was a 6-point swing. I mean, the Broncos really could have really realistically won that game if it wasn't for that stupid clock management.
That and the Bengals offensive lineman taking the ball away from Drew Lock like he was a small child, like a toy, taking a toy away from a small child.
I never understood the read option like that. That goes on Shermer. That just starts from all the top down. It's just like, why are you doing this read option play on the goal line?
Like if Drew Lock is not a read option quarterback. I'm sorry.
No, he's not. He's never been. Even in Missouri, I believe in Missouri, they didn't really run a ton of read option with him, right?
No.
Exactly.
Neither one of them is a read option quarterback. So why you would call read option? Like unless you got Tim Tebow back there, there's no need to run read option.
There isn't really. I mean, it was just really frustrating because it's just really. I mean, it's just very frustrating because the talent is there. The talent is there. I just feel like I know everybody's, kind of waving off like the Cortland Sutton extension, but it's just like, I just feel like he has no chemistry whatsoever with Locke or with Teddy Bridgewater. It's just like, I think it's on the QBs and the offensive coordinator. And just Sutton
was the offensive coordinator because, I mean, really, how many passes do they even attempt to wide receivers in a game?
Well, they really did try to force feed him this week, but man, I mean, it's just not like a case of just spreading it out, and it's a case too where it's just Judy doesn't look in sync as well. So I mean, it really starts with the offensive coordinator. Really, I think you have to put it on the offensive coordinator because it's just like nobody really feels in sync with this offense.
Yeah, I mean, if Bridgewater looks bad and Locke looks bad, then it's it's the offensive coordinator.
We got 3 more weeks with them. That's it. We just have 3 more weeks with these guys. So that we just got to suffer through 3 more games.
If they go 2-1, do you think they keep everyone?
God, no, I don't think so. I think everybody's just sick and tired of it. If they do keep it, I think you're going to lose a ton of fans, really, if you keep this regime at all.
Well, if you keep Shermer, especially.
Yeah, if you keep Shermer or you keep Fangio, like it's just, I think that game really lost people on Fangio as well. Like that game was really the straw that broke the camel's back, I think, on the Fangio era.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's just really, really frustrating because it's just like, they've had really like 2 big games in the past like 3 weeks with the Chiefs and the Bengals to really kind of solidify a playoff spot. And really the offense has really just been like kaput. Really. I mean, it was not really, the offense just stunk.
Yeah, absolutely. And the defense has played good enough to win, which is a credit to Fangio. But at the same time, Fangio's a good coordinator. He's not a good head coach.
Yep. We're seeing it now, good coordinator, bad head coach, there's just some people like that. You didn't really know with him, and now you know.
Yeah. And Wade Phillips was one of those guys as well.
Yeah. Wade Phillips was one of those guys. North Turner was that for years. He was always a great coordinator, but a bad head coach.
Absolutely. Anyway, let's get back to the bowl thing. That was enough of a Broncos segue.
There we go. That's our Broncos rant of the week.
Absolutely, that was the Bushy rant. In any event, let's start things off. Let's go back to the Tail Greeter Cure Bowl, which if we'd have played this game a few weeks ago, I would have said was fake.
But it was. I know, yeah. It is a real thing. It was a very good game. I mean, I enjoyed it. Really, I mean, I think really the clock operators were terrible at this game. They should have given at least Northern Illinois some chance, at least to spike the ball. And it was just really just bad thing as far as with that. And Coastal Carolina lucked out, with bad clock management on the clock operator.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is a Northern Illinois team that was the MAC champion against a very good team in Coastal Carolina. So this one actually was probably the highlight of the early bowl slate. And I mean, obviously, you did get your money's worth. Lots of offense, lots of scoring. And I mean, I think both of these teams really, obviously, you had Coastal Carolina bouncing back from a quarterback injury. They were undefeated a year ago. And I mean, Northern Illinois is another team that, looks like it could be on the rise again as well.
Yeah, I feel like they got good coaching and a good stable of programs. And they just announced today that the quarterback for Coastal Carolina, McCall, he's going to be returning. Next year. So this could be a very dominant team with Coastal Carolina. We could see him maybe flirting with maybe the top 25. I don't see him being like a Cincinnati-esque team, but we could definitely see him like flirting with like a top 25 team, being in that probably like 20 to 25 range.
We saw already how hard it was for Cincinnati to even crack it with an undefeated season, and they still finished fourth in the playoff.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, I think that Coastal Carolina would need to schedule Alabama, Michigan, Ohio State, and Florida
Notre Dame
conference, and beat all four of them to have any sort of chance at a playoff ever. Which is why, like I said, the situation's flawed, but, be that as it may. Obviously, you watch the Tell Greed or Cure Bowl. And that's the weird thing. It feels like, obviously, with some of these bowls, as you mentioned, the clock operators and the people that aren't normally doing it, it feels like it's just arena people that are doing it. And sometimes they don't do a good job, especially in Orlando, like you said.
Yeah, and it's in Orlando. It's not in Central Florida. It's not where the University of Central Florida is played as well. So a completely different stadium where I think they're just not used to clock operating, that type of thing as well. And the fact too that the ref was literally on the center's butt, and somehow the clock was still operating. I mean, that's just wrong, that type of thing.
I remember I went to San Antonio for a Big 12 championship game, and it definitely felt like their B squad was running it for. Like I said, it was a horrible PA announcer. It was a really bad clock operator. And I mean, like I said, it was a bad situation. I think that's partly why you haven't seen the Big 12 championship game in San Antonio since.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, they rather put it in Kansas City for most times rather than San Antonio. Yeah, it's just weird putting it in San Antonio. You rather put it in like Dallas or it's weird that like Dallas and that, but never like Big 12. You could play the game in Missouri, but you never could play the game in Colorado for some reason. I never understood that.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, it always was weird. Like they always had games in like Kansas City. I'm like, why did Kansas City could do it? Why not Denver? Like Denver's just as good as city as Kansas City.
You would think, but you never know.
Yeah. One would think, yes.
In any event, we'll talk about, places that don't really get a lot of football, and that is the Bahamas Bowl, Middle Tennessee against Toledo. I know you checked this one out. What were your thoughts on it?
It was good. It was a fun game, really. I mean, it was a nice back and forth affair, and Middle Tennessee just really kind of pulled away in the fourth quarter, and that really was the difference in this game.
I mean, I think had we picked prior to this, I would have picked Middle Tennessee anyway. But I mean, obviously, they're a team that, had some, ups and downs. I think it was not this year, but a year ago that they beat Michigan State. So I mean, they're a team that's always a solid program. And I know you had a comment about the turf at the Bahamas Bowl.
Yes, the turf looked terrible. I mean, seriously, it looked like one of those high school fields that you and I probably played at, that's just that bad field, there's just patches of just dirt all around. I mean, it looked very bad.
Absolutely. I mean, Bahamas and football are not really synonymous. So, I mean, I get that it's a great trip for these kids to get to go down to the Bahamas and play and lounge on the beach. But really also, this is another bowl that we probably don't need.
Yeah, we really didn't need this bowl, but it really was an exciting bowl, really. I mean, it was a good back and forth affair, again, with Middle Tennessee kind of pulling away in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough for me to get excited for a Middle Tennessee Toledo game.
Yeah, I agree. It's just, you can't get excited for stuff like that.
All right, roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl. I mean, I would consider it a little bit of an upset there just because I would have picked App State against Western Kentucky, but Western Kentucky kind of carved them up.
Yeah, I probably would have been the same way. Appalachian State is always like really strong. And yeah, just Western Kentucky just really, I mean, Appalachian State really forgot how to play defense. I mean, there were a number of plays where, especially some big plays too from Western Kentucky, where it looked like they were breaking like 4 or 5 tackles from Appalachian State. I mean, it really was a bad defensive effort by Appalachian State, and it really came back and bite them in the butt. And Zappy, man, or is that what's the guy quarterback's name? Like he was just like amazing, and he was actually chasing the record for like basically like the best quarterback offense. So that was always fun to kind of see, and that really was the reason why I kind of kept watching that game.
I mean, yeah, obviously it's, like I said, at least these were two, once again, decent mid-major teams. Like, so this is, once again, a solid matchup. And Western Kentucky going out and making a statement in that one.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Now, the Cricket Celebration Bowl, also, I have cricket, and I don't know if it's quite cause to celebrate, but either way. In any event, Cricket Celebration Bowl, I thought that was an upset as well, because I would have had Jackson State beating South Carolina State with the one matchup of the two FCS schools that we got. I mean, once again, it's not a sexy matchup, and isn't one that we really need to have.
No, it wasn't. It was really between the two historically black colleges going after. And yeah, you would think like Jackson State, Deion Sanders, I mean, they really were dominating the entire year, and they were looking good. They were up 7-0 early on in this game, but no, South Carolina State really came back and really dominated that game and really kind of took it to Jackson State. I mean, it's just really, I think it was one of those cases where they just kind of popped them in the mouth, and Jackson State had no answer.
They really didn't. I mean, again, like I said, a little bit of an upset there. So, I mean, a couple of upsets so far in this bowl season.
Yeah, so far it's been pretty darn good.
Yeah, let's talk about the PUBG Mobile, which again I would have thought was a fake sponsor because I've never heard of it. New Mexico Bowl.
I know it's Players Underground or Players. I think it's Players Underground under Battleground or something like that. I think that's the thing. Yeah, it's a Fortnite-esque game. That's all I know. I've never played it before. Not a big fan of those Fortnite type of esque games, but I know it's very popular with the kids. I know I sound like an old person like that, but yeah, I mean,
it was darn kids in their PUBG.
Yeah, those PUBGs and the Fortnites and the Minecraft and the Lego Harry Potters. And the no, but really, I mean,
play Madden like a normal person.
Why don't you play the Mario and the Donkey Kong? Sound like an old man yelling at clouds,
Where's your Crash Bandicoot?
Oh, Sonic, now there's a game.
Back in my day, we didn't have WWE 2K21. We had Warzone. All you did was just smash TVs on people.
All you did was these damn button combinations where you go up, down, left, right, BA. And yep. We did them. That was a suplex.
That's how it unlocked Gold Dust.
Yeah, but all in all, I mean, the game was fine. I mean, it's just UTEP kept trying to creep back, but Fresno State every time when UTEP kept creeping back, Fresno State would always try to get the victory, and they ended up winning the game. And just found it out. UTEP was really like a team. You found out that's the team that really they are better ahead than they are behind.
Well, I mean, once again, I was impressed with the way they kept up with Fresno State. I didn't think this one was going to be much of the game. I put a lot of faith in the Bulldogs, and they at least UTEP made a game of it, despite the fact that I thought, Fresno State was to be the heavy favorite, and they really, like I said, made it an interesting one.
Yep, you can tell. Yeah, they really worked on their player apps, for the PUBG mobile.
PUBG.
How do you do, fellow kids?
PUBG.
PUBG. That's how I feel.
The Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl. Another bit of an upset here. I think BYU obviously ranked going in as the favorite. Kind of goes in and gets beat by UAB. Yeah,
they got beat by UAB, and UAB really kind of hit them in the mouth. And BYU, they kept fighting back, but it's like every time. I feel like it's a trend so far of these early bowl games. Every time when the team, kept trying to fight back, the other team really would score and, keep the momentum as well. And that is an upset because I know you and I probably would have picked BYU. It's like, we're 13th. they really are the quintessential, Pac-12 champs. Really, I mean, they beat up on every Pac-12 team they played. So, yeah, I mean, it would have been a nice claiming victory, but no, UAB really came in and won that game.
Do you think they should join like the Pac-12 because they went 5-0 against the Pac-12?
Yeah, they really should. They should join the Pac-12. I mean, it's Utah, would make that nice little rivalry with Utah. Yeah, and probably would help recruiting at least a little bit.
Yeah,
probably get
absolutely.
more Mormons.
Yeah, there you go. UAB against or BYU against Utah, making a meaningful end of the season game. I'd be for it.
Yeah, I would be all in for it. Yeah, if the Pac-12 ever expanded.
Now, I mean, obviously UAB kind of comes out like you said, cracks them in the mouth. I mean, this is a very impressive performance by UAB, and they're another team that seems to be on the rise. Obviously, finishing towards the top of the CUSA, and CUSA's looked pretty strong here in these bowls so far.
Yeah, it has definitely been a very strong conference. We'll have to wait and see with a lot of these other schools, as far as with like the bigger schools when they actually do play. So we'll have to wait and see. But so far, yeah, Conference USA has been really the conference of the bowl games this year.
So far, anyway, is obviously
Yeah.
you touched on it earlier. The Lending Tree Bowl, Liberty spanking Eastern Michigan, which like I don't even know like that Eastern Michigan was ever bowl eligible. So I guess that's exciting for them because it feels
Yeah,
like they were always like the worst team. Like whenever you were playing NCAA football, like you were just always just beat up on Eastern Michigan first.
they were that,
That's
or they
that's
were
the
that
warm up
school you
game.
picked. Yeah, they're that school you picked. They're like, oh, I want a 1-star school. Yeah, let's pick Eastern Michigan. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were always that 1-star school where you're like, oh, I want to build up this 1-star school and make them a powerhouse.
I'm like, you know what? I just got the game. I want to explore the new features. I don't want to lose, so I'm going to try and play it against Eastern Michigan and just make sure that I'm good before I actually start playing meaningful games.
Yeah, but God bless them. Hey, bowl eligible. Yeah, it's just a shame that they had to play Liberty.
Yeah, and I mean, Liberty was, I feel like, a much stronger team than Eastern Michigan was. Liberty showed that. I mean, they were good throughout the year. And I mean, I think that they're a team, once again, that if they can keep recruiting like this, could be consistent.
Yeah, and we'll have to wait and see now. I mean, Malik Willis was always, it's always like this dark horse, like who's he going to go to type of draft pick. I mean, we'll have to discuss this come draft time. So we'll have to wait and see. But who knows? Yeah, I mean, it's just we'll see with him, and it's going to be curious how he does.
Yeah, definitely. I guess actually, I mean, maybe I'm just used to it from our childhood. And it turns out that Eastern Michigan's been bowl eligible 3 of the last 4 years. So good for them.
Oh, good for them. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
working it well. A lot
Yeah,
better than the NCAA. Better
yeah,
than the
absolutely.
NCAA, Powder Puff team that
Exactly.
you play.
So yeah, like I said, they were that team that I would beat up on as a kid. So good for them
Yeah.
making strides.
Well,
Now,
okay. With the next bowl, if I told you that would you like told me no? That's a fake bowl.
I would definitely have thought that the Jimmy Kimmel LA Bowl presented by Stifle was definitely a fake bowl. Like, why does Jimmy Kimmel have a bowl? Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm a big Jimmy Kimmel fan. I think his show's hilarious. But why does he have a bowl?
Because he's Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, it's just that's the thing. He's Jimmy Kimmel. I guess he has all the money in the world now that he can sponsor his own bowl.
I guess so. And I mean, obviously, like you said, this one wasn't. I mean, Oregon State tried to rally late, but again, Utah State just too much for them. And I mean, once again, is the Mountain West a stronger conference than the Pac-12? It seems like it.
Yeah, well, it definitely shows that way with Utah State absolutely winning and dominating. I mean, Utah State is a really good team, and Oregon State, they really started coming around. But yeah, it's a case where just Utah State was definitely the better team than Oregon State.
They certainly were, and I mean, like we said, BYU kind of beating up on the Pac-12 as well. You have Fresno State, who was also beating up on some Pac-12 teams. So, I mean, really, like I said, I mean, the Mountain West looked really good against the Pac-12 this year.
Yeah, really, I mean, the Pac-12 really has been the weak conference. so far the past, couple of, 2-3 years, really. I mean, they've been really kind of the worst of the Power Five when it comes to football, really. I mean, yeah, I know we have Ohio State beating Oregon, but they lost to Utah twice in 3 weeks too. So, I mean, it's not a case of that. So we'll have to wait and see later on.
Yep. In any event, R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. I watched a little bit of this. Louisiana looking really good. Obviously, they were a very strong team throughout the year. Only got one loss. That was against Texas, and they even gave the Longhorns a fight. They finished the year on 13 straight wins. I mean, this is a very good team, the Raging Cajuns.
I didn't watch any of this bowl, so I'll just take your word for it.
I thought they were a very good team. Plus, I mean, you got to admit, as far as team names go, you're not going to get a better bowl than the Raging Cajuns taking on the Thundering Herd.
That is a good bowl matchup as far as with like team names going.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, that's my thoughts on the game, because I personally I didn't watch it.
Hey, that's okay. It's tough to get excited for the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. What about the Myrtle Beach Bowl presented by TaxAct? Did you watch that?
I didn't watch any of this game whatsoever as well. I mean, it's just
All right, I'm not going to
I've been bad.
Either. Tulsa wins. Old Dominion loses. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Once again, another one of those bowls that proves we have too many bowls.
Yes, exactly. We have way too many.
Because, I mean, both of these teams, like Old Dominion, I just looked, was 6-6 going into this. Like, do we need that many bowls that, like, 6-6 Conference USA teams are in bowls?
I think it's a case we really need to up the bowl eligible list. I think to 7 wins rather than 6 wins. Yeah.
7 and 5.
Yeah, that's what I want. Give me that.
Bowls, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I feel like we're getting a little too crazy. I mean, really, there were so many eligible teams that they actually had to add a bowl. That's how bad it was. Maybe it's like a case, okay, maybe because of the way the schedule was, like, because of the schedule back in the day, it was very limited. Now we have 13, 14 games now. I think you got to extend it now to make it like 7 wins to get bowl eligible.
Right, exactly. And I think we also need to create the Taco Bell Grilled Cheese Burrito Bowl. And the commercials are just the Taco Bell Grilled Cheese Burrito commercials for Bushy to watch on repeat.
Yes, we get that, and we get that one with the we get that. We get the one with the beach, with the moonlight one, Yeah. Obviously we get that. No, I want the Pizza Hut I want the Craig Robinson Bowl presented by Pizza Hut. That's what I want. So I want him to just have nothing but these Craig Robinson commercials, Pizza Hut commercials for Pooley too.
Absolutely, yeah.
To throw that back at you.
Hey, fair enough, man. Let's talk about the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. We talked about the uniforms being disgusting, but you watched the game. Talk to me about Wyoming against Kent State.
Yeah, just Wyoming was very good. I mean, Wyoming, again, the Mountain West is really kind of showing its dominance going on through right now, and it showed here on the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
Definitely, and I mean, Kent State was no slouch from the MAC. They had a good season. They were in the MAC championship. So, I mean, this is a big, big win for Wyoming, too.
Yeah, this is a big, big win. And, Craig Bowl, I mean, really the highlight was Craig Bowl getting dumped with, French fries, man. I mean, is that the best? I mean, would you rather get dunked on by Gatorade, Cheez-Its, potatoes, or mayo? Like French fries?
Probably the French fries or the Cheez-Its.
Yeah, I'm a big Cheez-Its guy. So, yeah, give me the Cheez-Its. I feel like I love Cheez-Its. I think that would be great. I'd rather have them not dunk me.
If they're dunking you with them, you're not eating them.
I know that would be the only drawback. I'd be like, no, just give me the thing. No, I'll just eat all the Cheez-Its.
I mean, like if I'm getting dunked, I probably would take fries just because one, they're gonna bounce off of you. But I mean, the liquid could get cold, especially in Boise at this time of year. So I mean, I think that's kind of what you want is the solid thing to bounce off you. I mean, it'll come up with a quick wash. Nothing too serious there.
Yeah, nothing too serious. Yeah, and I think mayo would definitely be like the messiest. Well,
that'd be the worst.
It definitely would be the worst. Yeah,
because you'd be
covered in mayo. You probably would smell like mayo, and mayo is just not a good thing. Yeah.
Plus, there's like the aspect of it looking like jizz, where you look like you're covered in jizz. You look like Randy Marsh at the end of that South Park.
That's going to be the case. Yeah, you're going to look like Randy Marsh at the end of South Park. Oh, he's going to be the meme.
Oh man. Anyway, let's talk about the game going on right now. We are, keeping tabs on it. It's a 14-14 tie between UTSA and San Diego State. This is a really exciting matchup, almost too exciting of a matchup to be for the Tropical Smoothie Fresno Bowl.
Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl. If I gave you that, would you called it a fake bowl?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, but it's such a good matchup for such a crappy bowl.
It is a very good matchup. You got obviously UTSA, which really was the pride of Conference USA, and then you have San Diego State, who really was the best team really in the Mountain West, but then obviously lost in the Mountain West championship game. And it's really right. the top teams of each conference, really, as far as what the regular season goes.
You got a 12-1 team against an 11-2 team. This is a great matchup. Yes. Obviously, we're keeping tabs on it right now. This is exactly the kind of matchup that you wanted to see in a bowl.
Yeah, this would have been
battling it out.
This would have been the Bushy, bowls to watch, other than obviously the college football championship games. This is obviously would have been one of Bushy's top 5 bowls to watch, sit down and watch this bowl. This would have been one of them. And it's living up to the hype right now. It's 17-17 or 14-14 right now. Sorry. But obviously too, you have the special teams aspect too, with the San Diego State basically being this, this reincarnation of Ray Guy, I guess, really. Ray Guy's not dead, but it's just this guy is just it's just this guy is just seriously, people are talking about him like he's Ray Guy, really. It's just this amazing punter.
He's gonna get drafted in the first round by the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, there you go. Yep, that's the perfect Raiders. Yep, they should do that. Just do it right now.
Calling it right now.
Calling it right now.
Exactly. Really, I just flipped over to the game, and you got some great uniforms going on in this thing too. I like the UTSA helmets. They got a sharp-looking Roadrunner on them. And then the San Diego State helmets with the Aztec sundial look fantastic.
Oh yeah, it's always a good uniform matchup. And then obviously you have the kind of the orange bluish, against red and black, and just San Diego State always has good uniforms. I always love San Diego State's uniforms.
Absolutely. I have a San Diego State hat because of their uniforms.
Yes.
Now let's talk about
the game
tomorrow, baby. Mizzou back in the bowls, going against Army. Can you wait for it? I can, but I'm pretending like I can't.
Ready for the Armed Forces Bowl?
I am ready. I think the Tigers are locked in. They're ready to go and get trounced by Army, as they have anytime they've played a good team all season.
The case, it's just really, the case is Missouri has been one of the worst rushing defenses this year. And they're going up against basically a team that's all they do is run. They mix in the pass here and there. So yeah, I wouldn't, but does the enough time preparedness, help Missouri, help with the run defense, because really, that's really the problem, I think, with the triple option attack. It's just you get some time to prepare for it. You find keys and all that. And really, it's a team, really you got to stop them on first and second down. Don't make them have the 3rd and 1s, 4th and 1s type of thing, because they'll go for it, really.
Honestly, I think they're gonna get killed by Army. I remember when I was Mizzou, one of the years that we were there, while I was there, we ended up in the Alamo. Actually, I think it was the Alamo Bowl. We ended up in it against Navy, it wasn't the Alamo Bowl. I think it was the Texas Bowl. Or the Insight Bowl. It was the Texas Bowl. In 2009, we ended up against Navy. We had the time to plan for them, and Navy just beat the crap out of them. I think that's what you're going to see here. I think Army's going to beat the crap out of a much worse Mizzou team that's making the playoff, or that's making the bowl. Once again, with a 6-6 record, haven't beaten anyone good. So I think that we're going to see them get beat pretty soundly here.
Okay, so you're going with Missouri, right? Okay,
no.
We're gonna. No, I feel like we're both gonna go Army. Army is really a better team. Really,
right.
But hey, they lost their last game against Navy. 2 weeks ago. So we'll have 2.5 weeks ago. So this team is very vulnerable. Can you catch them?
Mizzou won't. Mizzou will not. Let's talk about Thursday. You got the Frisco Football Classic this time, as it's North Texas against Miami of Ohio.
What's so
Once
big
again,
about Frisco? Like seriously, Frisco has 2 bowls and the division Division 1 AA championship is in Frisco.
yeah,
Or the
I mean,
division, one double or the FCS game. That
this.
I mean, really, I mean, what is
Right.
so big about Frisco, Texas? I really want to know.
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. That's one of the Texas locations I haven't been to. But that being said, I mean, I think once again, this is another game that proves there are too many bowls. You get a 6-6 MAC team against a 6-6, conference USA team, and once again, does anyone really care? Not really. I'm gonna pick North Texas because they're home and they won 5 in a row. But like if they've had a weird season, they went 1-6 and now they're 6-6 and bowl eligible. Like it looked like they were done.
Yeah, and their last win was against UTSA. I mean,
Right.
we just talked about them. So yeah, give me the mean green, baby. I want the mean green in North Texas.
Mean green all day. Let's talk
Yep, give
about
me the
UCF against Florida. Now, this is an interesting matchup. You got in-state teams. Florida's been trying to duck, I think, UCF for a while now because obviously UCF has been on the rise. They get them here in a bowl. What do you think happens, Bushy?
well, and it's in Tampa Bay too. So it's like it's one of these. I'm like, who's the home team in this? Is it Central Florida or is
I
it
don't think.
Florida?
I mean, Florida, I'm sure
Yeah,
has the bigger control over the state, so I would assume it's Florida. But
yeah.
doesn't matter. I mean, this is a Florida team that's lost to Mizzou, that barely beat Stanford. I mean, I got to go with the with a UCF here.
I agree. I think this Florida team has really quit on the season, and I think we'll see it in this game. And I think UCF will probably win this game handily. I think we'll probably see like a 34-10 type of game, and everybody's going like, "What is going on here with Florida?" And then obviously they'll show flashes of the new coach for Florida, Billy Napier. And how many shots do you think they're going to have with Billy Napier? I think the over under's got to be like 8.5.
Oh, I'm going to take the over on that then. I think they're going to go 20.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. I just think UCF is just a lot, I just feel like they'll be, it's really a case of who's going to get up for this bowl. And I feel like UCF is going to get up for this bowl more than Florida.
I would agree with that 100%.
Yeah. That's really going to be like the kicker for me because, it's funny. I mean, would you have thought after that Alabama game where Florida barely almost beat Alabama? Really, I mean, it's the case of just, man, how
we'd be talking about them playing UCF.
UCF in the Gasparilla
Bowl.
Bowl. Yeah, no, we would have probably probably playing like the Peach Bowl or something like that.
Yeah,
or the Sugar Bowl. I mean, it's just like crazy to think about that. Like, no, they're playing in Tampa Bay, right before Christmas in the Gasparilla Bowl.
Once again, that one is at least an intriguing matchup, though. That one I think could be fun.
It could be fun. Well, we'll just have to wait and see with these. And yeah, I mean, I'm not looking forward to the next bowl that we're going to talk about.
No, the Easy Post Hawaii Bowl. I don't even want to talk about it. Let's be honest. It's 6-6 against 6-7. That's all we need to say about it. Don't waste your time. Enjoy your Christmas Eve with your family.
There we go. I'm flipping a coin. Heads, Memphis, Hawaii. Flip a coin.
I'm going to go with Memphis because I like their uniforms better. Because that's all that needs to be said about this game.
Flip a coin.
I don't really care. Once again, spend time with your family.
It's going tails. I'm going to Hawaii. Give me the home team.
All right. I think this is the first one that we've actually gone opposite.
Yeah, we've got opposite. It's because of the faith of the coin. Really, that's the case. I am not. Seriously, I'm probably watch the 24 Hours of a Christmas Story or It's a Wonderful Life or White Christmas or Die Hard or something like that. This would be a perfect.
Definitely Die Hard.
Put on Die Hard or something like that. If there's like a Die Hard marathon on, or just this
watch Die Hard and then watch Die Hard 2.
Yeah, watch that. Yeah.
And then we got another dud on Christmas Day as well. It's Georgia State against Ball State in the Camellia Bowl. Couldn't care less about this one either. Again, it's two teams like Georgia State 7-6, Ball State 6-5 or 6-6. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna take Georgia State for no reason.
I'll just think Ball State to be different.
Yep.
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, this is one of those, and we're gonna get actual like professional football too on that day. So watch the NFL game rather than the Camellia Bowl. Really.
Or spend time with your families, or go back and watch the other episodes of the SP and Bushy show. It's a lean hour most times, so hour 15. Watch us. Don't watch the Camellia Bowl or whatever the hell I said.
Yeah, don't watch the Camellia Bowl. Go watch A Christmas Story. Go watch Die Hard. Go watch a Hallmark movie. I'd rather watch a Hallmark movie than watch the Camellia Bowl. Yeah, go watch the Grinch. Which version? There's like 3 of them now.
Oh, you got to go with the original animated one, the 30-minute one.
Okay, yes, good. Go watch Charlie Brown Christmas.
Charlie Brown Christmas, great choice.
Yeah, just watch everything.
Watch Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights before you watch this.
Yes, again.
A Muppet Christmas Carol, that's always one of my favorites.
There you go, yes.
That one's a lean 90 minutes too.
Yeah, a lot, and it's a lot better than the Camellia Bowl. I mean, really, other than unless you're alumni of Georgia State or Ball State, there's really no reason to watch this game.
Nope, skip it.
Skip it.
It's held in Montgomery, Alabama, too. It's the state capital of Alabama, but I don't know who plays there.
Probably is it Georgia State?
It's probably
no.
It's probably where the Montgomery Biscuits play there.
No, I think UAB's in Montgomery. I think UAB's in Montgomery. No, it's Birmingham. No. Oh my God. I'm geographically challenged, folks. Obviously, as you can see.
That's your American school system at work.
Yep, there you go. Yep, this what happens. Yeah, when I copy off of you in social studies in 7th grade.
Exactly.
Sorry, Mr. Wesler, if you're watching. I'll admit it now.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
But look at me now.
Western Michigan, Nevada, Monday, December 27th, Ford Field, 9 a.m. That's
a 9 a.m. start time for 9 a.m. football start time.
I don't love the 9 a.m. start time, but I might check out the second half of this. Michigan's all right.
Yeah, just give me
Nevada's all right.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of
like
those.
I said, I won't break an appointment, but I might skip the Price is Right to watch it.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those you kind of flip over. If the game's good, you kind of keep watching
while you're watching it.
Yeah, or if it's like a blowout, you go, no, I don't want to watch this.
You might take down your Christmas lights at the time. Who knows? But in any event, I like the Wolfpack here. It's a little bit of a home game for Western Michigan, but give me the Wolfpack.
I'm going to go different. Yeah, since it's kind of a home game. I don't know how far Kalamazoo is from Detroit. So
it's not that close.
Yeah, it's not that close. So, I mean, but yeah, as far as proximity-wise, yeah. So give me Western Michigan.
This is going to be Sean's travel tip of the day. I'm going to go I'm going to have you tell you this. Go to Kalamazoo. It's a good town. There's lots of fun bars, good breweries, a great donut restaurant. I loved Kalamazoo the time I was there.
There you go. There we go. The SP travel tip. Go to Kalamazoo. I'm planning on actually trying to go to Michigan and for Michigan CSU. So I may, around Labor Day. So that could be a case as well. So that may be a good thing. Yeah, I may take a trip to Kalamazoo. I mean, if it's like a day trip.
Absolutely. Do it. It's like I said, great brewery there. You have the Bell's Brewery. There's this awesome bar that's like a stock market there, and the prices of each beer kind of fluctuate as people order it. It's pretty cool.
Oh. Yeah. Do you want to talk about the next game? I mean, really? I mean, I feel like this is a slap in the face to our military.
All of them, so we might as well. Boston College against Eastern Carolina in the Military Bowl. It's another one.
Just give me Boston College. That's how I feel.
I mean, probably Boston College wins this, but I'm going to take Eastern Carolina just to be different.
All right, there we go. That's our thing of the week.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Okay, geez. Ticket smarter. All right.
All right, let's go. The December 28th Tuesday night matchup in the Birmingham Bowl. Auburn against Houston. Almost a home game for Auburn. I'm going to pick them.
Yeah, it's actually Tuesday morning, actually. It's a 10 a.m. start. 10 a.m. start here on the Mountain Time Zone. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Auburn. Yeah, I have a cousin who goes to Auburn, and yeah, I can't go wrong with Auburn.
Exactly. You really can't. And like I said, it's a home game for them. Houston's a good team, but like I said, I think Auburn wins at home.
Yeah. Well, I mean, could this be like a predecessor, as far as with that? I mean, we have an American matchup against against the SEC matchup. I mean, and a team from Alabama as well. So could this be the precedent for that, for what's more to come?
Exactly. Who knows? In any event, let's talk about Air Force going up against Louisville in the First Responder Bowl. I got to go with the Falcons here.
Oh, man. I mean, Louisville, it's just strange because it's just like some weeks.
They're not that good.
I know, but it's just like weird because it's just like some weeks they look like a very decent team, and then some weeks they look like a complete crap team. I mean, it's just, give me Air Force. I mean, I think Air Force finds a way to win.
I do too, and we've seen the Mountain West kind of be dominant. I think that they do. I think Mountain West takes this one.
I think so as well, and just give me the Fighting Falcons.
Exactly. Here's an interesting one though: the Liberty Bowl between Mississippi State and Texas Tech, and the Mike Leach Bowl.
The Mike Leach Bowl. I know. I just thought about that. Well, I was looking at that when I was typing in the bowls. I was like, oh, Mississippi State against Texas Tech. Like, this may be an interesting. Never really crossed my mind that it's the Mike Leach Bowl. As far as with
Leach
that
Bowl, baby.
The Mike Leach Bowl, baby.
Do you think he wins, or do you think his old team beats him?
Give me Mississippi State, man. I think Mississippi State wins this game. They're amazing. I mean, really. I mean, they just really. I mean, the problem is they just can't get out of their own way. I mean, that's going to be like their problem. But give me Mississippi State. I think good old Mike Leach finds a way.
Mike Leach gets his revenge in this one. I agree. I think that Texas Tech started out the year good. They got the win against Houston. But, I mean, overall, they have really, really struggled. I mean, obviously, they gave up 70 against Texas. And, I mean, they've lost 4 of their last 5. Granted, they were against good teams. And their one win did come against Iowa State. But I got to go with Mississippi State here as well.
Yeah, give me Mississippi State all the time. Mike Leach gets his revenge finally on Texas Tech.
All right. The Holiday Bowl presented by the San Diego County Credit Union. UCLA against North Carolina State. I mean, this is an intriguing ACC Pac-12 matchup. I don't think either conference was particularly good this year. Who do you got?
Who do I got? I mean, it's crazy to think, and it's just crazy to think that, like, how far the Holiday Bowl has come. Really, I mean, it used to be one of the bigger bowls.
Yeah.
It used to be one of the bigger bowls that you really kind of think of. I mean, really, it was kind of Rose Bowl light when you had the Big Ten against Pac, or that back at that time, the Pac-10. It was kind of like a Rose Bowl light game. You had the second best teams of the Pac-10 and the Big Ten. But now it's really just become one of those ho-hum bowls. But this is actually very good.
I guess, the third best team in each conference, though.
Yeah.
You're getting the third best Pac-12 team against the third best ACC team. Kind of by default this year, but I mean, this is not a horrible matchup, but it just feels like it is.
Yeah, it feels like a horrible matchup, but it really doesn't. I mean, NC State. I mean, they their past 4 games, they won 4 out of 5, and their only loss was to Wake, and they only lost by 3 to Wake. I mean, it's just like same with UCLA. I mean, they've won 3 in a row. Granted, it was against Colorado, USC, and Cal, which really were really just sucky teams.
Not exactly murderer's row.
Yeah, not exactly murderer's row, but they did hang with Oregon tough. I mean,
and they're going to be pretty much at home. I mean, that's an 2-hour drive from LA to San Diego. Yeah,
probably 2.5, 3 hours drive, depending on the traffic. Maybe even 5 hours, depending on the traffic. If a lot of people actually do show up to that game. You know what? I'm going to go NC State. I think give me the Wolfpack. I think they're going to win.
I'm going to take the Bruins in this one just because of that home field advantage. I don't think that the ACC was that good this year, so I'm going to take UCLA in this thing.
I mean, we really crapped on the Pac-12, but here you are taking the Pac-12.
Well, I'm crapping on the ACC too.
Okay.
West
Uh,
Virginia, Minnesota in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl, which once again, I think last year you fooled me into thinking I guess that it was a fake bowl, and it wasn't. Guaranteed Rate Bowl. I guess, I mean, they do have the baseball field in Chicago named after them, so I probably should have known it was real. But I
yeah,
think that Minnesota beats the crap out of West Virginia in this game.
I agree. I think this is as far as we should spend time on this game.
Right.
We have West Virginia against Minnesota, and they're playing in Phoenix, and they're
Right.
playing in Chase Field. They're playing.
They're playing in the home of the Diamondbacks, baby.
How are the Diamondbacks? I mean,
The
what's
question
worse?
is, what Golden Gopher fan is going to be paying to sit in the pool?
Yeah, that should have been.
It's the
That should have
only
been
way
instead of the
anyone in
dunk. Yeah,
Minnesota is
instead of the
using the
dunk tank,
pool right now.
that should be the victory. Yeah, instead of the dunk tank, yeah, you have to jump in the pool at Chase Field.
Exactly.
Yeah, I want to see that. I want to see the West Virginia or the Minnesota coach. Yeah, I want to see PJ Fleck. I want Minnesota to win. I want to see PJ Fleck dive into that pool.
He probably would.
Yeah, give me the Gophers.
The Wasabi Fenway Bowl. Once again, would have thought this was fake.
I laughed when I saw the bowl, just like the name of the bowl. I'm like, what? Like, what is wasabi?
So is it like Wasabi in general that's sponsoring this?
I gotta feel like it's a company. We gotta look this up.
I think it's just the sushi condiment. Oh, it's a cloud-based object storage service.
Oh my god, no way.
I thought it was the sushi condiment, but here we go.
Instead, it's a cloud-based. I know you fooled me. I thought it would be like maybe like a Asian restaurant chain or something like that, trying to get its name out. You know, and like,
Yeah.
hey, let's do this bowl game.
I mean, this is a. I mean, like I said, I think it's the Red Sox trying to answer to the Yankees having their own bowl pretty much at Yankee Stadium. Now that the Red Sox are trying to have one at Fenway Park, you get SMU against Virginia, another meh matchup. I'm going to take the Mustangs. Virginia's lost 4 straight going into bowl season, and I think they lose this one as well.
I agree with you. I think SMU pulls it out, and yeah, I just feel like they're the better team. I mean, heck, they were ranked this year. I mean, really, I mean, the case with Virginia is can they stop teams? Really, they have a high-powered offense, but can they stop people? It's really their case.
This one's going to be a high-scoring game for sure.
Oh yeah.
And now, because we talked about the Red Sox Bowl, let's talk about the Yankees Bowl. Maryland against Virginia Tech in the New Era Pinstripe Bowl at Yankee Stadium, where hopefully I'll be on April 7th to watch the Yankees and the Red Sox as opposed to watching mediocre college teams play on their fields.
Yes. I'd rather have you watch the opening day than this mediocre college bowl. Just give me Maryland. I think Maryland is going to find a way to win. Virginia Tech really, they lost their coach, and I think a lot of players are opted out or they're part of the transfer portal now. So give me Maryland.
I mean, this is a tough one because I don't think either one of these teams is good. I think Virginia Tech beats Maryland on behalf of the ACC for Maryland leaving. So I'm gonna pick the Hokies in this one.
You're gonna take the Hokies, okay?
Mostly just to be different and make things interesting with you two.
Exactly.
The Cheez-It Bowl.
It's a bad bowl.
It's a bad bowl. Once again, it's one of those bowls where you wish they would just not have it.
Yeah.
I'm sure
or at least have it. Just have better teams.
On a Wednesday at noon than I could.
Yeah. Or at least just have a better better teams. That's the again. Right. Yeah, they need to up it to 7 wins.
Well,
now.
They should have just moved San Diego State UTSA to make it like at a time when it's like more people can watch it.
Yeah, give me that. Yeah, where not a lot of people are at work or or no kids are at school too. So yeah, I mean it's going to be crazy, and man, I mean I'm looking forward to the Cheez-It Bowl actually more than
Cheez-It Bowl is gonna be good.
Yeah,
I think that Clemson kind of had some early season struggles, but now they've kind of got some things figured out. So I'm going to take Clemson in this one, but I think it's a good matchup between them and Iowa State. It's one that's actually intriguing to me.
I think so as well. Is Bryce Hall playing? in that
I
game?
don't know.
That's really the only case. I mean, if he isn't playing, then I don't think he's. I don't know if he's. I don't know if he's playing. Hold
Yeah,
up,
it's
I'm
gonna be
finding
an
out.
interesting one.
Yep, Skip Bowl, enter NFL draft. So that really hurts Iowa State's chances. So I'm going to go with Clemson on that one. Yeah,
Me
really,
too.
Bryce Hall is one of the best. I mean, really, I mean, it's just. I mean, do you trust Brock Purdy at all? No.
No,
I mean, seriously. I mean, it's like
I know.
trusting Teddy Bridgewater in a big game.
Exactly. It's like Justin Bridgewater or Drew Lock. I don't trust either one of them.
Yeah, you don't trust any one of these people. Yeah, so yeah, give me Clemson. They've really been kind of this sneaky, like playing like really good football that just nobody really notices because of their early struggles.
Right.
That
You
just
kind of
really
forgot
nobody
about
really
them.
noticed them.
And I mean, they've come in, they've won 5 straight. I think that they're back to being good, and I think that they beat Iowa State handily.
Yes, I agree.
Let's talk about the Alamo Bowl. Once again, this is another interesting game. I'm excited about this one. You got Oregon and Oklahoma.
Yeah, basically I guess two schools with
2 schools that are disappointed to be playing in this game.
yeah, basically, and both with head coaches out the door already. I mean, this is going to be like a very interesting game. I mean, it's just like,
It's gonna be
is
great.
anybody who's going to get up for this game? I mean, is Bob
I don't
Stoops
think
going to
either
get?
one of them is. It's gonna be
Yeah,
sloppy, I think.
yeah. It may be like a really, really sloppy game and just a bad thing. I mean, it's just like, is Bob Stoops going to get the team really going?
I think
I
he
mean, is
is. That's
Oregon going
why
to
I'm
be up
picking
even
them.
with Cristobal leaving? I mean, that's just. I'm very fascinated by this game. You know what? I'm gonna go with the Pac-12s. Give me Oregon.
I'm gonna take Oklahoma because of Stoops.
You want
I think
Stoops?
Stoops
Okay.
is going to be better at getting his team up for this game than Oregon is.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
And there's too many bowls. There's still like 15 more for us to talk about.
Oh,
All right, North Carolina, South Carolina matchup of the Carolinas. I mean, I know preseason we liked North Carolina. Do you still like them?
oh man, I still do. Yes, give me North Carolina. I think they win the matchup of the Carolinas and with Mayo. Man, give me that.
I'm gonna take South Carolina. Give me the Gamecocks.
Okay, I mean it's just I'm very intrigued by this matchup. I mean, it's just who's going to really ACC against SEC battle the Carolinas. It's Duke Mayo's ball, so we'll have photos of like via Twitter of a UNC student and a South Carolina student eating mayo, have a mayo off. Man, I mean, just give me that. Give me all that.
Give me all of it. It's as exciting as I can be for a 6-6 team matchup.
Yeah, really. I mean, really, the only reason is because of Mayo. Just
Yeah.
give me the Mayo.
Tennessee, Purdue in the Music City Bowl. Obviously, another home game for Tennessee. It seems like they beat Purdue at it.
Yes, they will. I like Tennessee. I mean, they actually have been playing, a decent football. Really, I mean, they really played, I guess, semi-hard against Georgia. About like a month and a half ago. But yeah, I mean, it's just I really like Tennessee. I like where the program's going. I mean, really, I mean, it's a program kind of looking up right now.
I got Purdue. I think Purdue's had been able to get up for big games all year. I think they get up for this one as well and win it.
They get up for. I don't know. This was actually a very tough matchup. I was kind of thinking about it. I'm like, man, it's a tough matchup. But I think we'll have a lot. You'll see definitely a lot of orange with Tennessee.
Another interesting game coming up. At least we got another interesting one. We got Pitt against Michigan State in the Peach Bowl. I mean, this is a good one. This is a good one.
It's a good one, but unfortunately, really, I mean, it's a case of just you're losing all the star power because of the two players that Walker not playing. Same with Pickett. Pickett's not playing as well.
Pickett's not playing either.
Yeah, Pickett's not playing either. So I mean, it's really of a game where it really lost its luster. I mean, really, if we were looking at it when it came out, we would have been like, oh,
all of these bowl games because they're meaningless.
Yeah, they're
They
meaningless.
don't even want to play in them.
Yeah, nobody wants to play in them. They just want to focus on the draft. Just give me Pitt. I think Pitt. I think the ACC champs find a way, baby.
I've been high on Pitt all year, as you know, but without Pickett, backup quarterback in there, I think it's a lot harder to get a backup quarterback acclimated than it is to get a backup running back acclimated. So I'm going to take the Spartans in this one.
Yeah, that could be the case. I mean, it's just, and who knows with the whole Mel Tucker, now that he's kind of gotten the contract, maybe it's one of those like, oh, he starts
Maybe.
falling down.
Let's talk about the Las Vegas Bowl, Wisconsin and Arizona State.
This is really a battle between two very disappointing teams this year. Wisconsin, very disappointing. Same with Arizona State, very disappointing teams. It's in Las Vegas. It's in the Allegiant Stadium. You know what? I think Wisconsin wins.
I think Wisconsin wins as well. I think Wisconsin's the least disappointing of the two. They got hot at the end of the year, and we've already talked about it. Pac-12 not impressive. Give me the Badgers.
Yeah, I've never been really impressed with Arizona State this year. Like they've been like really like, as far as with like preseason hype, they've been like the least like, they've been probably more disappointing, I think, than Clemson this year.
Absolutely. Let's move on to New Year's Eve, Wake Forest against Texas A&M. Who do you got there?
Oh, this is a kind of a me likey type of game. Even though yes, my favorite Pizza Hut promotion, Zach Calzada, I think has entered the transfer portal as well. So this is that's a game that kind of lost its luster at least a little bit. Wake obviously with a very, very good offense, and can the defense of Texas A&M really kind of hold them off a little bit? And I think they do. I think Texas A&M beats Wake.
I think that with their quarterback quitting on them. I think that Texas A&M kind of gives up, and I think Wake wins.
Okay.
I'm probably wrong. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see with that.
Washington State, Miami, another game where, once again, both of these – Miami sucks. Like, why are they even in a bowl game?
I know. It's a case of, like, it's just like, man, these teams suck. Like, why is this a bowl? And especially a really crappy bowl too. With the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. They can't just call it the Frosted Flakes Bowl. They got to call it the Tony the Tiger Bowl.
I mean, at least Miami kind of ended the year on a good note, so maybe they'll win it. But I don't know. Washington State won 3 of its last 4 too, so I don't know.
Yeah, give me Washington State. I think
I'll take Miami.
Yeah.
In the battle of the disappointments.
Yeah, I mean, this is a team that really, it's just like scandal after scandal as far as with Washington State, as far as underrated scandals going this year. I mean, it's just, and yeah, somehow they find a way to fight back and somehow get a bowl game. So give me Washington State.
Yep, I got Miami. Let's talk about Central Michigan against Boise State. I mean, I think Boise State trounces them in the Barstool Sports Arizona Bowl.
And it's a game that's on Barstool. Like, you can't watch it anywhere else except on Barstool. Like, that's kind of weird.
And
like,
I got to be honest, I don't really want to watch it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, it's a case of like, do I really want to watch this game? And quite frankly, I don't. Boise State's going to win.
I agree. How about we wait on the 4 playoff games until the end, and then we pick our national champion. So let's move on to New Year's Day. Let's talk about Penn State against Arkansas in the Outback Bowl. I got to go with the Hogs in this one.
Yes, I agree with you on that one. I think the Hogs win. I really have been. They've been probably the most impressive team, other than probably Pittsburgh this year. They've been probably my most impressive team this year. I've been really, really impressed with Arkansas this year.
I've been really impressed with them too. I like the strides that they've made, and I feel like every year we keep saying this is gonna be the year for Penn State, and it never is, and they're not that impressive. So give me Arkansas on this one.
Hey, they definitely did a lot better than what we predicted. We thought that this team was really this was going to be the James Franklin kind of gets fired here, but he actually got a contract extension because of it. So,
yeah. And I mean, they should extend him. I mean, he's had a great run. He's overcome a lot. Obviously, he inherited like the worst situation ever, and he's been able to keep that program relevant. So good for him.
Yes, good for him. I'm very, very excited. I'm very excited for him, but I mean, it's just like really, and usually the Outback Bowl is probably one of the best bowl games of bowl season. They like, as far as with like entertainment wise, I mean, you just think about it back in the day with the Jadeveon Clowney game too. Yeah. So I mean, this has always been like one of the more exciting bowl games.
And hopefully, I get a free Bloomin' Onion out of it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's like Bloomin' Onion against like Riblets or something like that. Like
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I always cheer for the Bloomin' Onion team.
Absolutely. Whoever the Bloomin' Onion team is, that's who I want to win. but I think Arkansas is going to win.
Yes. So give me Arkansas. Give me the Bloomin' Onion. I want the Bloomin' Onion.
Fiesta
if not, I'm going to
Bowl.
hate James. If not, we're going to hate James Franklin for the rest of our lives.
Yeah. Fiesta Bowl, Notre Dame against Oklahoma State. Who do you got there?
Oh, I know it is a pretty good matchup between two really good teams that have really, I mean, that have had really under the radar impressive seasons. Obviously, Oklahoma State had a chance to probably, get in that college football playoff discussion, but obviously lost it to Baylor. You know what? Give me the Irish. I think the Irish win this game.
I like the defense of Oklahoma State. I think they beat the Irish. I think the Irish are disappointed that the one loss that they had all season to Cincinnati is what is going to keep them out of the playoffs. So, I mean, I think that they're going to be the team that doesn't get up for this game. I think that Oklahoma State wins in the Fiesta Bowl.
No, I think they're going to. I think Notre Dame's going to get up for this game with obviously Brian Kelly Bolton, Notre Dame for LSU, and obviously with this new coach. Yeah, no. I think they really want to play for this coach who is actually coaching this game as well. I think they want to get up for him, so that's why I'm going to go with Notre Dame.
But he doesn't have his guys in there. He's only worked with the team for like a month. I think
he's been a defensive coordinator. He's been a defensive coordinator, man.
All right, I think he's gonna be great down the line, but I still think Oklahoma State has the better defense. I think they win.
Okay, yeah, that you know what, that's fair enough, and I think Notre Dame is just a better team than Oklahoma State.
Disagree, sir. We're gonna have to be shit talking each other on New Year's Day with Oklahoma State Notre Dame on. That one's a very exciting game. That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, and then we're gonna get mad at each other. When Penn State wins, Penn State's beating Arkansas. We're not getting our Bloomin' Onions.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't even have an Outback Steakhouse, so I can't really go get it anyway.
Is there one in Colorado Springs?
Yeah, there's one in Colorado Springs.
We may have to do that. We may have to meet up.
Meet up in Colorado Springs for a free Bloomin' Onion.
Free Bloomin' Onion at Outback Steakhouse. Yep. Celebrating the Arkansas victory. That's what we're hoping for.
Absolutely. Go Hogs.
Go Hogs.
Iowa, Kentucky in the Citrus Bowl.
I mean, it's teams that had really strong starts but disappointing endings. Let's put it that way.
Absolutely.
That's been the story of both team seasons.
It really has.
So with Iowa somehow making it to the Big Ten championship game, but obviously getting the butt kicks by Michigan, and obviously Kentucky had a really strong start to the season, obviously beating Florida and all that, but they really kind of faltered off really after the Georgia game.
I mean, they did. They had 2 bad weeks, and then they beat up on cream puffs the rest of the way. This is a tough game. I think I'm going to go with Iowa.
I'm going to go with Kentucky. I really, Kentucky has really kind of impressed me. Iowa's just been meh, really. I mean, it's just going to be a case of can Iowa's defense stop Kentucky? And if they do, yeah, it probably will be an Iowa victory. But I'm going to go with Kentucky.
Excellent. Oh, Utah against Ohio State in the Rose Bowl.
I have a prediction for this game.
What's that?
The team wearing the color red will win this game. That's my hard-hitting analysis, baby.
Come on, man. Lame.
The Bushy hard-hitting analysis.
The Bushy breakdown. The team ran.
The Bushy breakdown. Give me that.
You know what? I've been talking shit all year about Ohio State, so that means I got to pick Utah to win it, right?
I mean, Utah has been really, really impressive. I mean, defeating Oregon basically twice in 3 weeks. I mean, when we thought Oregon was this team that really was going to take a chance of being a dark horse to probably win the national championship, and just Utah really took it to them twice as well. So, yeah, I like
and that's
Utah.
The same Oregon team that beat Ohio State. So if they beat Oregon twice, they can beat the team that Oregon beat, right?
I mean, it's just one of those. I mean, it's like, I just feel like a lot is going right for Utah. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go with Ohio State, man. Like, I think Ohio State's gonna win. I just feel like
you saw them in person, so I gotta trust your analysis of them. But
yeah. I mean, it's a case too. But Utah is a very soundly good, well-coached team.
Yeah, absolutely. Baylor against Ole Miss. Now this is an exciting matchup right here.
This is my top like non-college football playoff bowl game. Like this is the best. I love this game. This is the best. I would much rather go to this game rather than any of the college football playoff games.
Yeah,
You heard it here.
I might take Georgia, Michigan over that, but this is up there for me for sure.
Yeah, this for sure. This is my favorite bowl game out of all the bowl games. Really, this is my favorite. I want Baylor against Mississippi. This is an amazing game, and it's in the New Orleans too. So it's just the height of it too. Just give me that.
I mean, you got both teams. I mean, Baylor's coming in playing great football. They won 4 in a row, beating both Oklahoma schools in that span. I mean, like I said,
and winning the Big 12 championship too.
I mean, Ole Miss also playing some good football though too. I mean, I got to go with Ole Miss. I think in this one.
I think so as well. Give me Ole Miss. Give me Lane. But I mean, it's going to be probably a really good matchup as far as this. It's not going to be one of these, this kind of blowout that we think. Both are really well coached teams.
They absolutely are. I think this is, like I said, going to be a really good game.
Yep.
LSU against Kansas State is something I don't think is going to be that great of a game. I think Kansas State is going to take care of business against LSU. That's kind of like, are they excited about Brian Kelly? How are they feeling about Coach Orgeron leaving? I think that they are going to lose to Kansas State in this game.
I agree. I think that's as far as we can talk about as far as with this game. And it's on a Tuesday on January 4th. Thankfully, it's at 7:00.
But everyone's back to work by then.
Yeah, it's after the holidays, that type of thing. Really, I don't think anybody's going to be watching. Everybody's going to be probably sick of Die Hard. No, at least not us.
Right.
But yeah. Just give me that. Give me KSU.
Absolutely. Now let's break it down. College football playoff. We finally got Cincinnati in there. They're playing Alabama New Year's Eve against in the Cotton Bowl Classic. Who do you got?
I got Alabama. As much as we love Cincinnati, this game is going to be. I think it's going to be a case where Cincinnati's going to play them tough for like a half type of thing, and then Alabama really starts taking it over in the second half of the game. Yeah, and then Alabama really cruises to a victory.
I agree. I think Alabama wins as high as they've been on Cincinnati. I also think that the referees are going to help Alabama in this one because they want Cincinnati to look like a team that shouldn't be there.
You're right. Yeah. And it's going to be a case. Yeah. Of just, man, I mean, it's just Nick Saban just lucks out again, that type of thing, Yeah. And it's really just a shame because really they really should have lost to Florida. They should have lost to Auburn. They shouldn't even be in this game. That's what like the frustrating thing is.
Yeah. That's how it's felt all season, but like they always get up for the big ones, and so I think that's what happens here.
I know that's just like the frustrating thing is that like really Alabama shouldn't be here, but here they are. They're the number one team really because of like how dominant they were in the SEC championship game.
Which I think I would protest too. I don't think that they're number one. I would have Michigan one, since I would have Cincinnati one, Michigan two, but either way it doesn't matter. So
yeah, it doesn't matter.
I'm just excited that Cincinnati's finally getting their shot.
Yeah, they're getting their shot. Everybody's going to be happy for them, but it's just like it's one of those. Yeah, I think they'll probably play them tough, but Alabama is clearly the better team.
I think that Cincinnati, as I said, I think the referees, you're going to see some bad refereing in favor of Alabama.
I think so too. Yeah, and we'll probably be
calling for it right now, so that way when I tweet it on New Year's Eve, you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, we called it. Yeah, a lot.
I'm gonna highlight this clip. Bookmark.
Yep, there we go. Yeah, highlight it and put it on there. We don't trust refs.
I don't. I do not, and especially like I said, I'm saying it on December 21st, so that way on December 31st when it happens.
Yep, you were there.
I was there. I said it 10 days ago.
Yep. There you go. You were there. Put it on.
Michigan and Georgia. This is the most exciting matchup to me, I think, the whole bowl season. Georgia, Michigan. Does Georgia get it back on track in this game? Does Michigan keep their roll going? Who do you got?
It's really going to be a case of, is the front four going to be dominant, to stop the running game for Michigan? Because I have a feeling if it's one of these cases, if they really are really good and stop the run, then Michigan really is going to have a tough time, trying to put points on the board as well. And, they're going to have all this time really of figuring stuff out. So But on that case, you know what? I feel like Michigan is this team of destiny for some reason, and I think Michigan pulls it out.
I'm going to go with Georgia. I'm going to pick the Bulldogs in this one. I think the SEC obviously is the strongest conference. Georgia got cracked in the mouth by Alabama, but I think they respond. They win this game, and it's going to be a Georgia-Alabama rematch in the national championship.
Yep, what everybody wants.
It's not what I want, but I just have got.
I know. I said it sarcastically.
Oh, I know you did. But it's not what I want. But I've also been disappointed by like the last 10 years in college football, where I know I'm not going to get what I want. So I'm going to just predict that I don't get what I want. Because what I would want is Cincinnati, Michigan. That's what I really want to see. But
yeah, that would be more intriguing. Yeah, than like Georgia, Alabama. I mean, really, what are the television ratings going to be for another? Oh God, another all SEC, game or something like that.
Right.
I mean, really, if the television ratings are going to be down, then they're going to be looking at like, oh, maybe this.
I mean, Alabama, Michigan would get some killer ratings though.
Oh yeah, Alabama, Michigan would be amazing, like because of the Michigan factor, really. But if we get another Georgia, Alabama, everybody's going to be like, okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to be excited about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to be excited. I mean, I'll watch it, but it's like it'll be like last year between Alabama and Ohio State. It's like, okay, it happened.
Right.
It happened.
I didn't watch it last year, so I can't speak to it.
I was working, so I was working, but I watched the game at a bar, but it was like one of those. I'm like, yeah, okay. I'd rather watch Die Hard.
Exactly.
Would you rather? Yeah, it's one of those. Would you rather watch Die Hard?
Yeah, I'd rather watch Die Hard almost every game. But in any event, I got Georgia, Alabama meeting for the second time. I think that until Georgia beats Alabama, I'm going to pick Alabama again.
Yeah, it's just going to be another case of like Alabama kind of winning, and it's like, oh God, another one. Like, we need a scandal. We need a scandal to really take down this Alabama Nick Saban dynasty. Really.
Is that what you're predicting happens? Are you predicting Alabama beats Michigan in your final?
Yes, I am. Yes, even though Michigan, yes, it's this team of destiny. Alabama will find a way, and they'll probably crush Cincinnati. They'll probably crush whoever they play, either Georgia or Michigan, and it's going to be like, ugh. Another one.
Yeah.
This is why we need expansion, because it's just like I'm sick and tired of seeing Alabama and all, Georgia and like LSU, and I'm sick and tired of seeing all these, basically, I'm sick and tired of seeing Alabama in the championship. Really,
I am too.
That's what I liked about 19 because Alabama wasn't in it because I was just like, oh, I was more intrigued by that.
I know.
Even though, it was LSU.
That was a good year.
It was. I would have liked this year, too, if Oregon somehow pulled it out and beat Utah twice,
Right. But then you would have just had Alabama in there instead of Cincinnati, and I'd have been more upset. So.
Yeah, that definitely would have been more upsetting.
I'm just disappointed Auburn couldn't finish it out. If Auburn would have finished it, then it would have been great.
Yeah, it would have been great. Yeah, because Alabama would have been taken out. We probably would have had
Alabama's 86th.
We probably would have had Oklahoma, Oklahoma State in it as well, or Notre Dame. So even though, Notre Dame's been in it, maybe this is the year Notre Dame actually has a chance rather than they're kind of the pity fourth seed and then they get the crap kicked out of them by Clemson.
Yeah. But like I said, I mean, we're both predicting another Alabama national championship. What are you predicting? Leave your comment in the comments below. Let us know.
Yep.
And thanks for watching this episode. And be sure to go back and watch all of our other episodes. Like and follow us on Twitter, too, at SP Bushy. And we will catch you later this week with our favorite holiday scenes and non-holiday movies.
All right. Thank you. Peace.